I don't know if you guys know who Rebecca Yeo is. She is the English voice actor for Yang Yang from Wuthering Waves. A friend of mine, Istas, pointed out a tweet that she made, and I had to go and locate this. Oh, hello, hashtag Jin Universe Studios, hashtag Aether Dawn, hashtag anime. This leads to a tweet from Game Industry. Singapore-based Jin Universe Studios has launched, backed by Arbitrum Gaming Ventures, AGV, and Bitcraft Ventures. Jin Universe Studios is a brand new studio developing one single game, Aether Dawn. Let's go ahead and discuss what this is and why we should be excited. Now, I know you looked at the title here and you're like, oh my god, Stix, you have Ex-Kuro and Hypergryph devs in it. And that's because that is, in fact, the case. Aether Dawn was just announced on June 10th. This is an anime-inspired 3D hack-and-slash action RPG from Jin Universe Studios, which is a Singapore-based indie studio. It's set in an original cyberpunk fantasy universe. And before we jump in, the background footage is from Wuthering Waves and maybe also Arknight's Enfield. So do note, this is not the game. We do have some screenshots though, so I guess before we go ahead and jump in, let's take a look at some of the screenshots. Here we have the title screen, Aether Dawn. Then we have what seems to be Zhao Ying, who kind of looks like March 7th from Honkai Star Rail, actually. I do like her character model. I understand here that this is probably not the final version of the characters, so do go into the, you know what, that actually kind of reminds me a lot of like Wuthering Waves UI over on the side. I wonder if they took some inspiration from, I mean, this is Ex-Kuro devs, right? And then here we have another character that looks a lot like Handong, actually. I think that was his name, Dan Hung, sorry, from Honkai Star Rail as well. And a little bit like Jian from Wuthering Waves. The UI just really looks like Wuthering Waves to me. I'm not entirely sure why. This chick looks kind of cute. She's got goggles on. I'm a little bit, I don't know. Like, again, this is early stages of development. This is not the final version of the game, so I know there are going to be stark improvements made, hopefully, by the time the game releases. It's interesting seeing so we have the buttons down the bottom right, E, Q, spacebar, R, right click. We have then at the very top left, the character UI. The 3 different characters, their respective HP. That looks very interesting. Here we have another picture of March 7th from Honkai Star Rail. Again, I think that the textures definitely need updating, the texture qualities themselves. Here we have a look at what seems to be a Dodge and a giant mech. And the giant mech's HP is at the very top right, which is, honestly, I don't like that. That needs to be like in the center or down the bottom, somewhere. Easy. I can't be looking at the top left for my HP and then the top right for their HP. That'll screw with me in a way that I don't think they necessarily anticipate. Here's a picture of March 7th using some kind of ability against a giant mech boss. Here is another picture of Jian Danheng attacking what seems to be some kind of mecha devil thing. Here we have he's just standing there and the mech is attacking him. And then we have the intro screen again, just from a different perspective. So there are the images. Honestly, I think the game looks decent. Like, it's not a great looking game. It kind of, and I hate to say it, I do, but oh my god, I'm getting like some serious Black Beacon vibes from this. Ex-Kuro devs, I wonder why they're Ex-Kuro devs. And then like the I don't know, the image quality, maybe it's image quality, maybe it's just the game was on low settings, maybe they captured it. No, it was definitely on PC. I don't know. It definitely needs some improvements. It has room for improvements, and that's totally fine. Now, this game is confirmed for PC, Android, and iOS. It is going to release simultaneously across all platforms. Cross-platform is expected. Console versions have been discussed, but are not officially confirmed as of this point. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. It features third-person 3D hack-and-slash action combat. I just wish we could have seen some of that ourselves. There is a unique core loop that seamlessly blends the ARPG combat with roguelike dungeon crawler mechanics, so you have a lot of replayability. There is an emphasis on high-fidelity graphics, striking artistic design, and a rich original narrative. So the high-fidelity graphics, I'm a question you there. Striking artistic design, it did look very good. Their artistic design was a cross between Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves, which is very cool. And then a rich original narrative. Can't really talk about that yet. The visual style is going to be anime inspired with a cyberpunk fantasy aesthetic, which is very cool. There has been no release date or window announced as of yet. It is still in the early pre-production stages, which is why I said, once again, I'm not going to criticize how it looks because this is their announcement. They don't even have an announcement trailer. They only have announcement images to kind of gauge interest, to secure funding. There are no betas at all. There's no pre-registration currently. I saw some people online saying it's going to release in 2027. Bro, no, it isn't. The Jin Universe Studios is a new indie studio co-funded by Tak Wei-ho and Tak Jun-ho. The team includes veterans from Tencent, from Hypergryph, Arknight specifically, and Kuro Games' Wuthering Waves, along with several other major titles. They recently secured an undisclosed amount of funding from Bigcraft Ventures. They have been involved since the pre-seed phase, and Arbitrum Gaming Ventures, specifically to develop Aether Dawn as a major intellectual property. So this is something that they are hoping is going to rival Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, other major releases like them. This backing and pedigree suggests that a high production value is present. They are very ambitious, even as an indie game. But I guess with the development team that they have a right to be. I personally like the aesthetic. I wish I could have seen combat. It is unconfirmed exactly how the gacha is going to be implemented at this juncture. They haven't discussed it. Evidently, just looking at the UI, you know it's going to have pullable characters. They did state the action combat is going to be very fast, very fluid, and hopefully rival the titans of the action industry right now, which is Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Aether Gazer, maybe? I wouldn't really classify Arknight's Enfield, Neverness to Everness, Aether Gazer, or anything other really than Wuwa, Punishing Grey Raven, and Zenless Zone Zero as, you know, like the titans of the action industry. Once again, there has been no trailer release. There is no official gameplay footage yet, only images. It has been discussed on numerous different major gaming news outlets. And overall, like at the end of the day, this is a new game to play. Even if it ultimately ends up turning out like Black Beacon and failing horrifically, at least we will have had something new to play. The potential for something to be good, even if it ultimately ends up sucking. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.